In basketball, the spotlight often shines on the high-flying guards and sharpshooting wings. But today, we're diving into the world of the power forward, a position defined not by glory, but by grit, sacrifice, and an unrelenting commitment to the team. This is the story of the player who carries the weight of the game, night after night, bruise after bruise, without ever asking for the spotlight. As an analyst, I'll break down the journey, the toll, and the quiet legacy of the power forward, a role that embodies the heart of basketball's toughest battles. From the moment you step onto a court as a kid, the game sizes you up. If you're the tallest, the strongest, the one whose knees don't fit under the desk, basketball hands you a role before you even understand it. You're not out there shooting threes or weaving through defenders. No, you're under the basket, learning to rebound, to box out, to be tough. Coaches don't teach you finesse first, they teach you to endure. Toughness means absorbing elbows, taking charges, and hitting the floor only to get back up. You're not the star. You're the enforcer, the screen setter, the one who makes everyone else's job easier. This role isn't glamorous. While guards practice crossovers, you're learning how to seal your man without fouling. You're not chasing highlights. You're chasing loose balls, diving into the chaos of bodies under the rim. The power forward's game is built from the ground up. Legs that anchor you, a heart that refuses to quit, and hands that learn to catch the ball in traffic. You learn timing, positioning, and how to take a hit without flinching. Nobody cheers for a box out, but you do it anyway. Why? Because someone has to. By high school, you're a force. Broad shoulders, long arms, legs like tree trunks. You're the player coaches dream of. You're pulling down 15 rebounds a game, racking up double-doubles, and making the local paper. But the stat sheet doesn't tell the real story. Every night, you're in the trenches, battling the other team's strongest player. It's not about outscoring them, it's about outworking them. You fight for every inch of space, bumping shoulders, banging knees, and taking forearms to the ribs. The paint is a war zone, and your body is the battlefield. The crowd roars for the guard's step-back three, but when you dive into the scorer's table for a loose ball, it's just another play. You learn to live with that. You take pride in being the glue, the player who holds the team together. But the cost starts to show. Your ankles stiffen, your knees ache. You land awkwardly after a rebound and something tweaks. You ice, you tape, you play through it. Why? Because if you sit, someone else steps in. And in this game, nothing is guaranteed. So you adjust, less jumping, more positioning. You get smarter, but the grind never stops. Your fingers jam, your back tightens, your thigh bruises feel like concrete. You keep going because that's what power forwards do. College basketball is a different beast. The players are faster, stronger, meaner. You're no longer the biggest guy in the gym. Everyone squats 4 plates, everyone dunks in warm-ups. To keep your spot, you double down. The weight room becomes your second home. Protein shakes, ice baths, band work. Your life revolves around being ready to bang. You're not here to score. You're here to do the dirty work. You set bone-rattling screens, talk on defense, and box out like your life depends on it. When a loose ball hits the floor, you're the one diving into the pile. But the game is changing. Big men now shoot threes and stretch the floor. Highlight reels are filled with step-back jumpers and poster dunks, while you're still fighting for rebounds and defending the post. You're invisible until something goes wrong. Miss a switch, give up a board, and it's your fault. Take a charge? Nobody notices. Catch an elbow to the face? Wipe the blood and keep playing. Your body starts to protest. Your knees need taping before practice. Your hips ache after games. You adjust, you compensate, you pop painkillers and hope for the best. Because the fear is real. Get hurt and you might get replaced. You're reliable, steady, the kind of player coaches trust. But that trust comes at a cost, a toll on your body that no one sees. Making it to the NBA is a dream, but for a power forward, it's also a gauntlet. The game is faster, the bodies are bigger, and the paint is a no man's land. Your job? Stay physical, stay sharp, stay healthy. That last one's the hardest. You're guarding athletic freaks who can dunk from the free throw line and shoot from 30 feet. You bang in the post, sprint to contest a corner three, then run back to post up. Maybe get the ball, maybe not. You're still the screen setter, the rebounder, the defensive anchor, sacrificing your body so the star can shine. Your body is falling apart. You ice everything: knees, ankles, hips, back. You spend more time in recovery than on the court. But you can't stop. Stop, and the team notices. Stop, and the rookie gets your minutes. So you play through a strained groin, a fractured finger, a knee that clicks with every step. Pain is weakness only if you show it. Then comes the big injury: a torn meniscus, a locked up back, a shoulder that won't lift. You rehab, you grind, but the league moves on. Teams hesitate. Contracts shrink. You were a starter. Now you're a veteran presence. And still, you dive for loose balls, box out giants, and show up every night. Because that's who you are. Power forwards don't get statues. They don't get their names chanted. But when the game gets ugly, when elbows fly, when rebounds decide the outcome, they're the ones who set the tone. You didn't talk trash. You talked with your actions. Hard screens, clean blocks, quiet dominance. You kept teams together even if the box score never showed it. The bruises, the jammed fingers, the taped ankles, they don't make the stat sheet. But the player you guarded who stopped driving, the shooter who couldn't get open, the rebound you tipped out in traffic, that's your legacy. Now your knees creak when you stand. Your shoulder bears a scar from a surgery no one wrote about. You walk slower, stretch longer, ice more than you move. But you don't regret it. You were never built for glory. You were built to last. You gave everything to the game, and in return, it gave you moments. The perfect screen that freed up the game winner, the rebound you fought three bodies for, the possession you kept alive. Those moments weren't loud, but they were essential. You didn't make the crowd cheer. You made the opponent's night harder. And you did it night after night, on sore knees, on a taped ankle, on a body that carried more than anyone will ever know. Being a power forward isn't about fame. It's about impact. It's about showing up when your body begs you to stop, about doing the work no one else wants, about taking pride in a job that's thankless but vital. The game never asked if you wanted this role. It saw your body and gave you a job. And you carried it through high school wars, college battles, and pro-level punishment. You weren't the star, but you were the backbone. And when the final whistle blows, that's what matters. You didn't chase the spotlight, you chased the grind. And in that grind, you found something greater than glory: the pride of knowing you gave it all.